Okay, mmalove Podcast, Episode, 46, läuft an. Ich wollte eigentlich gar nicht viel Zeit verlieren, weil wir haben einen Haufen geile Gäste und mein Geschwafel ist im Gegensatz zu denen ihrem total uninteressant. Darum, das mal nicht so MMA-News. Herzliches Dankeschön, selbstverständlich an euch für die Feedbacks und so. Das wissen ihr ja mittlerweile alles. mmalove Podcast, überall, Twitter, Facebook, lalala. Möchte ich gar nicht tausendmal wiederholen. Oli Riesen, danke nochmal für die T-Shirts. www.zollcowear.com. Jawohl, ich muss es nochmal sagen, es ist einfach geil und ich finde es super, dass es gemacht hat. Das wäre mal das. Jetzt habe ich gerade ein SMS bekommen von einem von meinen Gästen. Okay, zu dem später. Wie bereits gesagt, also Tough Brasil ist angelaufen, das möchte ich vielleicht noch sagen, das kann ich nur weiterempfehlen. Crazy Sache mit dem Chael Sonnen und dem Wanderlei Silva. Ja, und gute Kämpfe und so, bla bla bla. Das ist mal das. Holly Holm kommt jetzt mal im Moment nicht zu der UFC, das ist noch etwas anderes. Und. Aber jetzt eben zu unseren Gästen, da will ich einfach nicht viel Zeit verlieren, sonst wird der Podcast irgendwie ellenlang. Verschiedene Sachen, verschiedene Events stehen vor der Tür. Da wäre mal einerseits der Volkan Özdemir. Er kämpft in 2 Wochen im Bellator. Nicht in 2, ja, nein, weniger als 2 Wochen. Nein, 2 Wochen im Bellator gegen den Kelly Anunsen. Und es ist eben die UFC Fight Night, was ist es mittlerweile, 43 in Abu Dhabi. Und dort habe ich 2 Gäste da. Nämlich der Deutsche, der Alan Omer aus dem Stallion Cage Stuttgart und über dem Teich aus Denver, Colorado, der Chris Camozzi. Und darum möchte ich jetzt gar nicht da wahnsinnig viel Zeit verlieren, sondern direkt zu den Interviews gehen. Enjoy! Der erste, eben, wo wir haben im Bunde, das ist der Volkan Özdemir aus dem schönen Freiburg. Hören wir zu, was uns zu sagen hat.
Okay, Volkan Özdemir, welcome back on the podcast. You're on with Vladimir Baumann. First of all, I heard you're a little bit sick. What's happening over there?
Oh, I got a little bit of flu, but I'm good, just resting a little bit today, and tomorrow I'm back to the business.
This is not affecting later on about your upcoming fight.
No, the thing is like, it's going to be maybe a little bit harder with the weight cut or something like this, because I'm going to miss some training days, but it's okay, it's not a problem.
You're fighting April 4th, so that's pretty soon, at the Reno Event Center in Nevada, Bellator. You fight Kelly Anunsen from the American Top Team. He's calling himself the Patriot, 6-2 with 4 submission and 1 knockout. What else can you tell us about Kelly Anunsen?
So Kelly, first of all, he's a friend of mine, and I met him like a couple of times. And yeah, we trained together once also, and yeah, what can I say? The first time I'm gonna fight someone I know. It's a little bit different, but it's not a big deal. It's just strictly business,
Did you talk to him when the fight got announced?
No, he talked to a friend of mine, Patrick De Caro. And yeah, for me it's enough, I don't need to involve much emotion in it,
Mm-hmm. Now you say he's a friend of yours. Is that like a guy you just trained with a few times and you got to know him, or is that like somebody you keep in touch with, or?
Yeah, I know him and his girlfriend, a little bit more the girlfriend also, but yeah, it's a little bit. It's awkward also, but it's gonna be the first time I'm gonna fight someone I know, and I don't know how to react from it,
Is it easy to separate like business from not so pleasure, but business from friendship?
Yeah, thing is, I don't really want to think about it right now, so I don't talk to him, and I don't talk at all about it. So for me, it's just another fight.
do you need this kind of separation from him as somebody you know to be like motivated for the fight?
I don't know really, but for me it's like also extra motivation because I don't know how I'm gonna react in the cage, you know.
Yeah, it's probably not the last time you're gonna fight somebody that you know.
Yeah, probably.
Well, sometimes it is strange because, like, if you train in a club, you do sparring with people that you're your friends, and I mean, you're still gonna kick their asses no matter what, no? But somehow, in a real fight, it is different.
Exactly. The thing is, if I fight a training mate, it's different. I will not fight the guy because this guy is the guy preparing me for my fight, helping me and stuff, you know. I think it's something else. We are more like a family, so I don't know. Yeah. But just a regular guy, I know it's not a problem, you know.
Okay. Now, Kalle Anundsen, I mean, I saw a picture of him. He looks like how, if you're going to describe a wrestler, you would describe Kalle Anundsen. You know, he looks
exactly.
like the perfect wrestler.
Like a little bit small. Stuff, you know, like brute force and stuff, you know.
He's 5'11". That means he's 1 meter 80 centimeters. He's that tall. Mm-hmm. He has a loss to Francis Galmont at strength. So he actually fought in Switzerland before. That's pretty fun. What else? Is it like his fighting style, the wrestling part?
What did you say? Sorry?
Is his fighting style like wrestling?
Yeah, he's a pure wrestler, you know, he's throwing bombs, you know, big overhand, and then he tried to take the fight down, you know, ground and pound and stuff, you know.
Now you're not particularly, well, you're more of a stand-up fighter than a ground fighter. I don't want to diminish your ground skills. I don't want to say, but your thing is more like the stand-up. So is it fair to say that you want to keep the fight standing?
Yeah, of course, you know, but who knows where the fight's gonna be, you know. I feel good in the ground too, you know. I feel good in stand-up, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, it's not a problem it's not a game plan problem, you know.
Do you feel comfortable like being on the bottom with a wrestler on top of you?
I never fought a wrestler, especially a wrestler like him, you know. He's a 3-time All-American. But yeah, you know, I will see what's going on, you know. But I got good sweeps also, so I can be on top, you know, easily.
Yeah. And have you trained now with wrestlers specifically for that?
We have a friend who came there. His name is Shabanka, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's also a good wrestler and got, you know, black belt in BJJ, you know.
Yeah.
And he helped me also for the fight, for the preparation. So yeah, it was good for me.
Shabankai is the one with the beard. He's going to fight in Strength and Honor, no?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh. He looks more like a French rapper.
Yeah, also the French Rick Ross.
Now back to Kalle Anundsen. He hasn't fought in over a year. His last fight was November 2nd, 2012. Do you know anything about why he hasn't fought then?
No, I really don't know, and I don't know. He's gonna be, you know, he had like 2 years to change his style. So you know, I don't really watch his old videos because his style probably improve a lot. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It can be really fake.
Now, is it like it was announced? This fight in the light heavyweight division is going to be like some sort of qualification match for a tournament that's going to be held later on this year?
Yeah. So finally, I got the right message. So they say if I won the fight, I can fight for the tournament.
Do you know?
This is my entering the tournament fight.
Okay. And do you know who else is going to be fighting in the tournament?
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know at all.
And the tournament will be later on this year, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
End of the
That's
year.
pretty cool. The light heavyweight title will be disputed actually today in the United States between Attila Vek from Slovakia and Emmanuel Newton. What's your take on that? And are you going to watch the fight?
I'm going to watch the fight, but I really don't know these two fighters. I know Newton from his last two fights, but I never watched Attila Vek's fight.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start to watch the fight tonight.
Okay. Now, actually, the last time we talked, you were pretty you were a different Volkan than the one that we know usually, and it got a very, very positive response from everybody. It was like, oh man, this guy is on fire. Now, is Volkan still on fire?
Yeah, of course, man. I want to fight. I miss fighting also. It's happening like a few months before I fight, and that's a lot for me. That's why also fighting in a tournament is gonna be better for me because it's only a month and a half, distance from another fight.
Yeah. Is that gonna change everything, like preparation-wise?
Also, yes, because I'm not gonna go home and chill. I have to go home and train again like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, usually you do preparation in Brazil or sometimes in America. This time you stayed here. Was that a special reason?
Money.
Okay.
No, but I feel also good here, And thing is, Shaban came. We have another fighter. His name is Enrique Shigemoto.
Yeah.
He's from Japan. He's a half Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
And I train good with them, So I train also with Yasubi a few times. And here also I have good training, so it's not a problem.
Is this now like a trend that people come over from different parts of Europe and train in Switzerland with you or with other guys?
Yeah, we had many guys now who came there training a few weeks or 2 months. So the gym is improving a lot, so it's really cool.
Right on. It's working out in Neuchâtel, no?
Yeah, exactly.
What about Switzerland? What about the MMA scene in Switzerland? It seems like something's going to happen in 2014. A lot of events are announced, but it's still kind of like under the rug. What's going on, in your opinion?
I think the European scene is going to grow a lot, Now UFC is going to also implant in Turkey and stuff, Germany again. And so everything is going to move, The German part is getting bigger also because they have a lot of events. Now they have in Basel, the new one, 2 new one, I think, Smack and another one. And so the more we're going to have, the more the fighter will be more experienced,
Yeah, absolutely. And that can only help, no? Like you mentioned that the UFC in November is coming to Turkey. Is that, do you think like, bummer, I would like to be on that card? Or
yeah, I mean, I want to fight in Turkey also, maybe UFC, maybe Bellator is not a problem, but Turkey is going to be great there. They love fighting.
Bellator played in the United States and in Canada. Do you know anything about international fight cards, like in Europe or in Asia?
No, not really.
Okay. Somebody said, a fighter from Bellator actually, I think Emmanuel Newton said that the Bellator is going to be bigger than the UFC in a few years. Is that a real thing, or is he just crazy?
I haven't talked with the staff from Bellator since a while, but I know they have expanded with a TV deal in North Africa and Middle East. So this is like really big, and they have a new #1 spot in Latino America, also TV.
Yeah.
So it's getting bigger for them, of course.
Yeah. Do you think it is important to have like some sort of okay, some people say the UFC has a monopoly on MMA. They have like the absolute best fighters, and everybody else is just in the league below. Do you think it is good to have like a second organization where other very good fighters fight, or do you think like for the fans it's better that everybody's in the same organization so you see the best fights?
No, I think every organization has something to prove. Bellator have a lot of good fighters, you know.
Yeah.
They offer a different show also, you know, so, you know, it's a question of taste also, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bellator fights are tremendous. I enjoy very much to watch them. Now, there was some criticism that, you know, that they run weekly shows, and some say, like, it's too much, you cannot promote the fights. Do you agree with the criticism?
Yeah, I do, but then you have to watch about all the UFN, you know, and fight for the troops, UFC, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same, you know. You don't have all the time big fighter fighting, you know. But when you have a UFN or fight for the troops event, it's to promote the big one, you know. It's to promote GSP against Hendrik. It's to promote another one, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's part of the deal, you know. It's not really a problem.
Is there going to be like a time where people say, like, oh man, it's too much? It's like it's every weekend there's UFC, every weekend there's Bellator, then you also have Legacy and Access and TV who shows a lot of MMA. Do you think like people start to say, like, oh, I'm just going to cherry pick and just watch the best fights and the rest?
I think most people do it, yeah. But you know, the fan, they don't. But for me also, right now I'm only watching big fights, you know, big name or fight. People told me, hey, this fight was really great. Otherwise, I don't really watch right now. But I think they have to pick the best fight, you know. There is too much fight. Otherwise, you know, the fighter has to put on a show, you know, if they want to be watched, you know.
Yeah. Do you think having so many events, is that gonna water down the fight cards? You know, that you don't have like 11 absolute slobber knocker big fights. You have like one or two big fights on the card, and the rest is sort of like not so good fighters.
I think it's all about promotion, you know. Some fighters they're not like really better than the other one. It's just that they build the image, you know, like this, you know. Imagine like when Dan Hardy was fighting GSP, you know. Dan Hardy was the best guy in the world, you know. He's gonna beat GSP or I don't know, you know. And right after the fight, he was again a nobody, you know. Yeah. Once the UFC didn't need him anymore, you know, they didn't promote him as before, you know. But just because of the marketing they did on him, you know, he was seen as the baddest guy on the planet, you know. It's all of marketing question, you know. I think all the fighters there in the UFC or Bellator, they're really, really tough. And you can't say someone is better than you, you know, just because you don't have TV light on you.
Are you happy, like Bellator, the way Bellator promotes you?
Yeah. I didn't really see the promotion, but they speak good about me, you know, and stuff. So yeah, I'm happy, you know.
Okay. And I always believe in self-promotion, and obviously, I think last time you took a page out of that, and you showed a little bit a different side of you. What kind of an image do you want to sell? Do you want to sell yourself, or do you want to sell, you know, something else?
No, I'm gonna sell myself. You know, I'm gonna stay me. But I think for me, nothing speaks more than the fight. You know, if you want to promote yourself, you have to make a big fight. You can talk as much as you want, but then you have to, in a cage, you have to give everything. Yeah. And then the fan know you're for real, you know.
Yeah. I agree with that, but it's sometimes also like if you self-promote yourself and you are in the public eye, that way, I mean, there's also sponsorship. There's also people who actually buy pay-per-view or who tune in because they want to see you. Why do you want to see you? Because you did something, or you talk smack, or you promote yourself in a certain way.
Yeah, of course.
Is that something that you do?
No, I don't really do like this because I don't like to speak about me that much, you know. But But I know it's a good thing to do, and I have to work on it.
Is that some development, like a personal development, that you have to step out a little bit? Maybe you are.
The thing is, I'm only thinking about my training, and I have to think about the business part also. You know.
Yeah, because you are your business.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have a restaurant.
No,
you have a body who fights, and you have to promote that.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much for answering our question. I know that you're sick, and you probably want to rest. I have one last question. You're going to fight in Reno. Reno is a gambling city. It's not as big as Las Vegas, but it's pretty big. Are you a gambling man?
I'm not yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna see what Reno's gonna do to me. You know.
Okay. Are you gonna go by yourself, or are you gonna take your girlfriend with to Reno?
No, it's better to be alone there.
Why is that?
No, just kidding. But Reno is gonna be a big good city. You know, last time I was in New Mexico, and New Mexico is kind of lost. You know.
Yeah.
But Reno, I can't wait to be there.
Okay. I am a gambling man. So tell me, why should I bet money on you?
Oh, because I'm gonna win, man. There is no question about it. No, you know, I feel really confident about the fight, and you know, I have good stuff. You know, I train really good stuff. I'm gonna put in the fight. You know, so I have my idea of how the fight's gonna happen. You know.
Okay. And how is it gonna end?
Knockout first round.
Oh, I like that. You still drinking that energy drink, that Volkan energy drink?
Yeah, I have a few still. So almost everything is empty now. So I'm happy. You know, it's cool. Cool.
Volkan, thank you very much. Get well soon, so that you're able to cut weight, to train, and to show us what's up in the cage against Kelly Anunson, the Patriot. That fight's going to take place April 4 in Reno Event Center in Reno, Nevada. It's a qualification fight for the tournament. It's probably going to be on the prelims, I guess.
Yes.
Yes? But fans can still watch the prelims. You can download them on the internet, or you can watch them on bellatormma.com. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Good luck in the United States, and let's talk afterwards. Let's talk that tournament.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. See you. Bye. Yeah.
See you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Good stuff.
Yes.
Very good.
So, thanks a lot, Vladimir.
Thank you, and really get well soon. Lay down and sleep.
Yeah.
No stress.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank
night.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So, Schluss mit dieser Bye-Bye-Orgie. Das war er, Volkan Özdemir. Wie bereits gesagt, wünschen wir natürlich viel Glück in seinem Kampf gegen den Kelly Anunson. Und wenn das klappt, dann hat er sich für das Light Heavyweight Turnier bei Bellator qualifiziert. Dort ist der Titel übrigens ausgetragen worden. Mittlerweile wissen wir, wer gewonnen hat. Der Emmanuel Newton hat den Attila Weg geschlagen. Knappe Entscheidung über 5 Runden nach Punkten. Volkan Özdemir. Viel Glück! Der nächste im Bund, da werden wir so ein bisschen international. Und zwar haben wir den deutschen Alan Omer. Er kämpft am 11. April, Freitag ist das, in Abu Dhabi gegen niemand Geringeres als der Jim Ehlers. Was er zu sagen hat, hören wir zu.
So, mmalove Podcast geht wieder international, und zwar sind wir am Apparat mit jemandem, der in Kürze sein grosses Debüt feiert, anlässlich UFC Fight Night 40 in Abu Dhabi. Wer ist es? Jawohl, niemand geringer als Alan Omer vom Stelling Cage Stuttgart. Alan, bist mit Vladimir Baumann. Erstmal, wie geht's dir?
Ja, danke, mir geht's gut. Ich fühle mich super. Ich bin hier gerade beim Trainingscamp in Balingen beim Peter Sobotta.
Ah, okay, bist du da, ja, super. Und wie läuft's da mit dem Peter?
Ja, läuft gut, hervorragend. Wir trainieren jetzt schon spezifisch auf den Kampf.
Ihr seid ja Partners in Crime, kann man so sagen.
Ja, kann man so sagen.
Ich wollte schon immer mal bemerken, Stallion Cage, das finde ich ein absolut geiler Name. Wer ist drauf gekommen?
Wie bitte?
Stallion Cage finde ich den fast geilsten Namen, den ich jemals gehört habe. Wie seid ihr oder wer ist darauf gekommen?
Oh, mein Trainer, der Robert Scott Westermann, der hat diesen Namen schon vor 14 Jahren irgendwie rausgebracht, aber ich kenne leider die Geschichte jetzt nicht davon, wie der Name entstanden ist, aber ich glaube, es hat irgendwas mit einem Rocky-Film zu tun gehabt.
Das klingt gut. Ich habe es mal schon in der Intro gesagt, du machst dein UFC-Debüt, Ultimate Fight Night 40 in Abu Dhabi. Genau. Das findet statt ziemlich bald, am April. Ein paar Eckdaten zu dir, 25 Jahre alt, du im Federgewicht, du hast 18 Siege, 10 Submissions, 6 KOs gegenüber 3. Das ist ziemlich eindrücklich. Du wirst ein bisschen gehypt als der Iraki in der UFC.
Ja.
Also ist das etwas, das du so unterschreiben kannst oder fühlst du dich auch so?
Ja, also ich find's schon sehr angenehm, der erste Kurde in der UFC zu sein. Also es gefällt mir schon, die Rolle.
Genau, du sprichst es nämlich an. Das Hintergrundbild bei deinem Twitter-Account ist die kurdische Fahne. Bist du jetzt mehr irakischer Kurde oder mehr Deutscher oder mehr der Alan Omer selber?
Ja, ich bin Kurde, der in Deutschland aufgewachsen ist. Ganz einfach.
Glaubst du, das hat ein bisschen etwas damit zu tun, dass du jetzt in Abu Dhabi kämpfst? Versucht die UFC da ein bisschen so etwas bisschen aus der Region zu promoten?
Ja, also sicherlich spielt es auch eine Rolle mit bei zu der ganzen Geschichte.
Mhm. Fühlst du dich da bequem in dieser Rolle?
Ja, ich meine, ich hatte ja schon in der Vergangenheit mit der UFC zu tun. Das ist ja nicht das Hauptaugenmerk. Also die UFC hat auch schon in der Vergangenheit Interesse gehabt, aber da hat es jetzt leider nicht geklappt gehabt. Aber wie gesagt, es ist ja nicht nur weil ich aus der Region komme, dass ich in der UFC bin, sondern auch, dass ich ein bisschen Leistung gebracht habe.
Nein, das wollte ich auch nicht sagen. Das wollte ich einfach dich in diese Abu Dhabi Card
ja, ich finde es, also das war auch ein Wunsch von mir, dass ich da kämpfe.
Ah, okay.
Und der Wunsch hat sich dann auch erfüllt.
Hast du noch Familie im Irak?
Ja, noch sehr viel sogar.
Aha, okay. Und hast du auch Kontakt?
Ja, Kontakt. Ich bin ja auch zweimal im Jahr unten.
Okay.
Und besuche die Familie.
Der kurdische Teil ist im Norden des Irak. Ist das sicher für dich?
Ja, das ist ja schon ziemlich. Also der Irak ist ja schon ziemlich gespalten und der kurdische Teil ist relativ sehr, sehr sicher eigentlich. Also das kann man gar nicht mit den Sachen vergleichen oder den Sachen, die man hört, vergleichen oder den Bildern, die man sieht, vergleichen. Ja. Das ist schon quasi was ganz anderes.
Und also kennt man dich da im Irak oder in deiner Region?
Ja, sicherlich der ein oder andere jetzt, aber ich weiß nicht, ob ich jetzt da auf der Straße angesprochen werde oder so. Ja. Glaube ich eher nicht.
Der Kämpfer. Ja. Gehen wir mal noch zurück ein bisschen. Du hast jetzt einen Vertrag unterschrieben bei der UFC. Ist natürlich, da bist du jetzt in der Champions League des MMA. Wie ist es dazu gekommen?
Also ich war ja jetzt eine lange Zeit raus aus dem Kämpfen und wegen meiner Knieverletzung. Und jetzt bin ich wieder eingestiegen. Jetzt im Februar bei KFC habe ich meinen ersten Sieg wieder eingefahren und ja, dann hat mich mein Manager angerufen und gemeint, du, hast du Lust im April bei UFC in Abu Dhabi zu kämpfen? Da konnte ich nicht Nein sagen.
Nein, musstest du überlegen?
Nee, muss ich nicht.
Okay, das ist jetzt natürlich, dazu wollte ich dann später noch einmal kommen. Du hast eben eine lange Zeit ausgesetzt, du hast gesagt wegen einer Knieverletzung. Wenn man jetzt so wieder zurückkommt und dann hast du einen Kampf gemacht und jetzt gleich so in die große Liga einsteigen, ist das, also wie geht man damit um?
Ja, es ist sicherlich nicht einfach, aber man wächst mit den Herausforderungen.
Okay.
Und ich freue mich auf jeden Fall drauf.
Absolut.
Also sicherlich ist es jetzt, es ist natürlich schwer jetzt nach so einer langen Auszeit nach nur einem Kampf da in der UFC zu kämpfen, aber ich mache mir
halt
keine Sorgen.
Wie sagen Sie immer, wenn der Joe Silva anruft, da muss man bereit sein, da kann man nichts sagen.
Ja, muss man bereit sein, genau.
Genau. Gibt's keine zweite Chance?
Nee. Zweite Chance vielleicht doch, ja, aber in dem Moment sagt man sofort zu.
Ja, okay. Was für einen Vertrag hast du mit der UFC?
Um ehrlich zu sein, habe ich den Vertrag bis jetzt immer noch nicht gelesen, aber ich glaube, es ist ein 4-Kämpfe-Vertrag.
Aber der Manager hat ihn gelesen.
Ich hoffe mal, ja. Ich denke mal schon.
Aber mit dem Lohn bist du zufrieden?
Ja. Auf jeden Fall.
Okay. Wollen wir mal auf deinen Gegner zu sprechen kommen? Der Jim Ehlers heißt er kommt aus den Vereinigten Staaten, hat eine Bilanz von 12 Siegen, eine Niederlage, 9 Submission-Siege.
Ja.
Bisschen so wie du, ist er der Finisher, der Submission-Finisher.
Genau. Ja, er ist schon, der Jim ist schon ziemlich stark, ist ein guter Allrounder und beherrscht auf jeden Fall das, was er macht. Ja. Und ja, ich freue mich auf den Kampf. Ich finde seinen Kampfstil interessant.
Wie könntest du seinen Kampfstil umschreiben?
Ja, er sucht einen Finish und ist ein aggressiver Kämpfer und geht immer nach vorne und das spricht mir zu. Also es ist ein ähnlicher Kampfstil wie ich ihn habe und das gefällt mir. Also es wird auf jeden Fall ein spannender Kampf.
Ihr müsst euch nicht suchen im Cage.
Nein, müssen wir nicht. Sicherlich nicht.
Ihn kennt man oder sollte man ein bisschen kennen in der europäischen MMA-Szene, hat auch einige Kämpfe für Cage Warriors gemacht. Hast du ihn da schon mal live gesehen? Nee,
live habe ich ihn nicht gesehen. Ich habe mir nur ein paar Videos von ihm angeguckt. Aber live ist noch nie dazu gekommen.
Ja. Ich frage manchmal die Kämpfer, wie das ist. Gewisse sagen, ja, ich habe einen Gameplan auf meinen Gegner zugeschnitten. Andere sagen, ja, ich mache einfach mein Ding. Ich versuche mich nicht am Gegner anzupassen. Wie hast du das?
Also ich habe keinen Gameplan. Ich habe Taktiken, die ich umsetzen möchte. Und ansonsten ziehe ich natürlich mein Ding durch. Also so ein Gameplan, so ein strikter Gameplan gefällt mir nicht, weil ich meine, wenn er im Endeffekt nicht klappt, ist man im kalten Wasser. Ja. Ist ein bisschen, ja, ich bin nicht so gut der große Fan davon. Also ich habe schon ein paar Taktiken, die ich mir zurechtgelegt habe und ja, ansonsten ziehe ich mein Ding durch.
Brauchst du so vielleicht erste Runde oder weniger als die erste Runde ein bisschen zum Abtasten, zum Fühlen, wie ist der so? Oder?
Ja, sicherlich. Also ich werde sicherlich nicht ganz blind da reinlaufen und auf Teufel komm raus irgendwas erzwingen. Ich werde auf jeden Fall mal schauen und erstmal die Distanz checken und natürlich immer ein bisschen abtasten. Und ja. Aber ich bin sowieso keiner, der blind reinläuft. Also ich check erstmal die Lage ab. Ja. Und dann mache ich mich bereit.
Dein Übername ist, das sagt vielleicht auch schon etwas über ihn aus.
Wie bitte?
Sein Ringname ist The Beast. Sagt vielleicht
The
auch
Beast.
The Beast.
Ja. Ja, werden wir dann sehen in Abu Dhabi, ob er ihm gerecht wird.
Wer die Bestie ist. Er trainiert im Tough as Nails MMA, auch tough.
Ja.
Also ein harter.
Ein harter Kerl ist er auf jeden Fall.
Ein harter Kerl auf jeden Fall. Aber suchst du das auch so ein bisschen der Challenge? So etwa jemand, der dich auch fordert, wo du an deine Grenzen kommst?
Sicherlich, also das ist sicherlich der stärkste Gegner, den ich bis jetzt hatte. Und er wird mich auf jeden Fall fordern. Also ich denke nicht, dass es ein einfacher Kampf wird.
Okay.
Und dementsprechend bereite ich mich auch gerade vor.
Absolut. Du hast auch schon, oder erstmal noch, du kämpfst in der Federgewichtsklasse, da ist der Champion der Jose Aldo, hast auch sehr viele andere dabei und so. Wie siehst du selber so im Vergleich zu diesen, also vielleicht die Top 10 oder so, oder die Top 15, wo siehst du dich so?
Das kann ich leider noch nicht sagen. Also ich bin ja jetzt gerade wieder eingestiegen nach so langer Zeit und da muss ich echt nach 1-2 Kämpfen schauen, wie ich drauf bin. Also das ist ein bisschen immer schwierig zu sagen, wenn man noch nicht im UFC-Käfig war. Ich meine, das ist auch es hat auch alles nicht nur mit dem Kämpferin, sondern auch so mit dem Psychischen zu tun. Ich meine, vor so vielen Leuten zu kämpfen und den ganzen Druck standhalten, das spielt auch natürlich immer eine Rolle.
Ist das auch Teil deiner Vorbereitung, so eine mentale Vorbereitung?
Ja, klar, natürlich. Mental, also ich bin immer stets der Meinung, dass man mental fit sein muss, um da reinzugehen. Also wenn man da mental nicht fit ist, kann man auch nicht 100% von dem mitnehmen, was man kann, was man im Training umsetzt.
Und was für Methoden wendest du da an, um das Mentale, also dich vorzubereiten?
Nichts Besonderes. Also ich genieße mein Leben, ich genieße das Training, ich setze mir selber keinen Druck. Also es gibt keine speziellen Methoden, wie ich das trainiere.
Ja.
Ich fühle mich einfach gut.
Das ist super. Wenn du jetzt so am Abend müde im Bett liegst und dann denkst du ein bisschen drüber nach, wie denn das ist. Du bist da in diesem, ich glaube, wie nennt sich das da unten, das Ferrari Center oder irgendetwas in Abu Dhabi. Die Musik los, die Lichter gehen an, die Leute toben, da ist der Cage, du bist da mit deinen Betreuern, läufst langsam da Richtung, was kommt da eine Nervosität auf oder eine...
Nee, da kommt eine Art Aufregung auf, das ist so eine Vorfreude.
Ja.
Also ich freue mich schon sehr drauf.
Ja.
Nervosität ist gerade bei mir fehl am Platz.
Ja. Wie sehr schmerzt es dich, dass du vielleicht wegen dem Termin her nicht in Berlin kämpfen kannst?
Ja, diese Option behalte ich mir noch offen. Ich weiß nicht, ob es die Möglichkeit gibt. Ist bis jetzt noch nicht besprochen, aber ich habe mir auf jeden Fall erstmal gesagt, dass ich mal den Kampf hinter mir bringe und schaue.
Ja. Ja, vom Termin
nach dem Kampf kann ich das dann entscheiden.
Ja.
Genau.
Es sind doch einige deutsche Kämpfer jetzt bei UFC unter Vertrag gekommen. Da war es lange, war der Dennis Siever fast der Einzige, dann der Pascal Kraus. Jetzt hat es doch einige. Worauf ist das zurückzuführen?
Ganz einfach, dass die Szene immer größer wird und immer stärker wird und dass da immer mehr starke Kämpfer nachrücken.
Ja.
Also das war ja in der Vergangenheit jetzt nicht so, aber jetzt mittlerweile sind schon ziemlich viele starke Jungs unterwegs in Deutschland.
Ja. Merkst du das auch in der Vorbereitung, dass du dich besser vorbereiten kannst, weil es eben auch viele andere gute gibt?
Ja, klar, natürlich. Also früher war es natürlich nicht so, aber jetzt meine Trainingspartner verlangen mir schon alles ab.
Ja. Ja, das ist richtig. Also für dich würde das nicht in Frage kommen zu sagen, ja, ich mache es wie andere auch nach Amerika, versuche mich da an einen großen Camp anzuschließen und mache meine Vorbereitung da.
Ja, das ist halt immer ein bisschen schwierig. Man muss die Leute gut kennen. Das, weißt du, wenn man da hingeht und sich da vorbereiten möchte und weiß, wenn das da alles nicht passt, dann ist das ein bisschen verschwendete Zeit. Ich meine, man kann ruhig auf so ein Camp gehen, aber da muss man echt die Leute wirklich gut kennen und wissen, dass sie sich um einen gut kümmern. Das ist halt immer ein bisschen schwierig. Aber vorerst bleibe ich bin jetzt während meiner Vorbereitung in Deutschland geblieben.
Absolut. Wie groß ist das Medieninteresse jetzt an deiner Person im Vorfeld dieses Kampfes oder allgemein, dass du jetzt in der UFC bist?
Wie bitte? Ich habe es gerade nicht verstanden.
Wie ist das Interesse an deiner Person jetzt im Vorfeld des Kampfes oder einfach generell, da du jetzt...
Ja, es kommen immer sehr, sehr viele Anfragen für Interviews und Podcasts und so wie jetzt, ne? Also ist schon großes Interesse, aber ich kann halt eben nicht alle Interviews beantworten und das ist immer ein bisschen schwierig, weil ich mich auch aufs Training konzentrieren muss.
Ja, natürlich. Aber ist das etwas, was du gerne machst, dich selber ein bisschen so ins Licht stellen?
Nee, so bin ich absolut nicht drauf.
Okay, aber ein bisschen Selbstpromotion, das ist schon wichtig.
Ja, ein bisschen schon, aber ich konzentriere mich in erster Linie auf meinen Fight.
Okay. Gibt es auch Anfragen von Medien, die jetzt nichts mit MMA zu tun haben?
Ja, sozusagen. Ich hatte gestern ein Interview mit der deutschen Presseagentur.
Oh.
Und mal sehen, was sich daraus ergibt.
Okay. Wie läuft so ein Interview ab? Muss man den Leuten immer erst den Sport erklären oder kommen die schon mit einem...
Nee, der Herr kannte sich schon ziemlich gut aus.
Okay.
Mein Ansprechpartner da. Ist auch ein großer MMA-Fan.
Ah, okay. Du hast schon mal in der Schweiz gekämpft.
Ja.
Ich dachte, das sei der härteste Gegner gewesen, der Ruben Kurat. Nein, war er nicht.
Ja.
Also kannst du dich noch erinnern? Und wenn ja, wie war das so?
Ja, der Kampf ist ziemlich gut verlaufen. Ich hatte den Ruben relativ schnell in der Submission drin. Hat halt ein bisschen noch dran geharrt und konnte noch die Submission halten, aber dann am Ende habe ich es dann noch die Submission gekriegt.
Ja.
Aber ich bin gut reingekommen in den Kampf. Also war ein guter Kampf.
Du warst da mitten im Rotlichtviertel in Zürich. Ist da noch die Party gestiegen nachher oder seid ihr direkt nach Hause gegangen?
Absolut nicht, nein. Wir waren nur im Hotel.
Oh, schön.
So was machen wir nicht.
Oh, Entschuldigung. Mit Mineralwasser oder Pfefferminz?
Mineralwasser, ja.
Oh. Machst du das MMA, machst du das vollberuflich oder arbeitest du noch etwas nebenbei?
Nee, ich studiere Maschinenbau nebenbei.
Oh, okay. Und wenn
Oder
du mal
ich
nicht
kämpfe
trainierst?
nebenbei, ich weiß nicht, wie man das jetzt sagen kann.
Ja, was ist wo ist der größere Aufwand?
Ja, es ist schon ein Aufwand. Also ich habe das aber jetzt ein bisschen meine Prüfung beiseite geschoben und konzentriere mich gerade auf den Kampf, aber ansonsten habe ich da schon relativ viel zu tun.
Ja. Das sind die Akademiker, der Pascal Kraus ist auch Akademiker.
Ja.
Ja, nicht schlecht.
Die stürmen die Charts.
Ja, das ist ein bisschen so, ja, nicht wie ins Gefüge passt oder so, wie man sich das vorstellen würde als Außenseiter. Was wenn du mal nicht studierst und dich nicht auf einen Kampf vorbereitest, nicht im Training bist, was machst du so?
Du, ich bin ständig im Studium und im Training.
Okay.
Bei mir gibt's leider keine Auszeit.
Hast du Frau, Familie, Freundin?
Ja, aber das ist, weißt du, immer ein bisschen schwierig mit dem Studium, weil und wir haben keine richtigen Semesterferien. Also das heißt, unsere Prüfungen sind in unseren Semesterferien. Das heißt, ich bin das ganze Jahr über irgendwie immer im Studium. Und im Training bin ich auch immer. Ansonsten natürlich, wie jeder andere Mensch, habe ich auch Freunde.
Ich habe mit gewissen Leuten aus der Schweiz gesprochen, die auch kämpfen und das sehr professionell betreiben. Das ist fast schon so eine Lebensgemeinschaft, die sind entweder sind sie am Arbeiten oder sie sind im Gym, kennen nur noch Leute, die mit dem Sport zu tun haben.
Das ist wirklich so, ja.
Ja, okay.
Das ist schon fast wirklich so. Also ich verbringe quasi mein ganzes Leben so.
Okay. Das ist schon recht intensiv, ne?
Wie bitte?
Das ist schon recht intensiv, so wenn man...
Ja, schon ziemlich intensiv, aber es macht auch Spaß.
Okay, super. Erst einmal vielen Dank, dass du uns hier die Fragen beantwortest. Ein paar habe ich noch. Und zwar, jetzt ist es nicht mehr lange bis zum Kampf, also am 11. April, das ist übernächsten Samstag.
Ja.
Was läuft jetzt noch bis dahin?
Ja, ich trainiere noch die nächste Woche richtig hart und dann setze ich mein Training ein bisschen herab und mache nur noch locker. Ja. Aber noch eine Woche hartes Training gibt es auf jeden Fall bei mir. Und
wann fliegst du nach Abu Dhabi?
Am 7. April.
7. April. Ach, nicht
genau.
Ja. Gewicht musst du viel machen?
Gewicht muss ich noch circa 8 Kilo.
Oh ja, das geht noch.
Ja. Das geht. Ich bin gut im Limit.
Machst du das auch so, wie es die anderen machen, da 24 Stunden vorher dich dehydrieren?
Genau. Das Standardgewicht.
Ja, okay.
Ja.
Das ist, wie ist das? Das ist schon so ein bisschen der mentale Schock auch schon, oder? Dass man da noch muss.
Wie bitte?
Ist das schon so ein Schock, dass man noch durch diese Gewichtmachmühle durch muss?
Ja, das ist schon. Ja, das Gewicht machen ist ziemlich unangenehm. Ja. Aber das gehört zum Spiel. Ja. Und dann spätestens da, wenn man merkt, dass man Gewicht macht, weiß man, dass es bald losgeht.
Jetzt geht's los. Bald 11. April habe ich gesagt. Was machst du Aussagen über den Ausgang des Kampfes? Ist das etwas, was du machst?
Wie bitte? Ich habe es jetzt gerade wieder nicht. Die Verbindung ist ein bisschen schlecht gerade bei mir.
Kein Problem. Der Kampf ist in wenigen Tagen. Bist du jemand, der über den Ausgang eine Prognose stellt?
Nein.
Nein.
Ich kann sowas nicht machen. Also
okay.
ich konnte noch nie eine Prognose über einen Kampf stellen.
Genau.
Das ist immer ein bisschen schwierig. Aber ich werde natürlich als Gewinner rausgehen. Aber eine genaue Prognose kann ich nicht geben.
Okay. Und warum sollen die Leute zum Zeitpunkt deines Kampfes gegen Jim Ayers nicht irgendwo am Bierstand gehen oder eine Brezel holen?
Weil das wahrscheinlich ein sehr dynamischer und aggressiver Kampf wird und er wahrscheinlich auch vorzeitig beendet wird.
Absolut. Alan Omer, danke vielmals. Ne? Absolut. Danke vielmals
für... auf jeden Fall ein sehr guter Kampf.
Wird ein sehr guter Kampf. Bei zwei offensive Leute, das kann nur gut gehen.
Ja. Absolut. Darauf freue ich mich auch.
Und du, das ist für dich natürlich selbstverständlich. Das wünschen wir dir auch. Alles Gute am 11. April. Wir sind gespannt. Du bist einer, der einen großen Namen hat in Deutschland und ich finde es extrem spannend, dass du jetzt in der UFC hier dich mit den anderen aus dieser Welt misst. Fans, die wissen wollen, wie es läuft bei dir, die können dich über Twitter mitverfolgen, Alan Omer MMA oder Facebook denke auch. Ich danke noch einmal für das Interview, Alan, und gute
Ich danke euch. Vielen Dank.
Alles Gute.
Vielen Dank.
Und
ich danke euch. Bis dann.
Vielen Dank an Tim zum Eintreten in dieses Interview.
Dankeschön.
Danke. Tschüss.
Bis dann. Ciao. Ciao.
Das war der Alan Omer. Einer von der Teutonen-Explosion bei der UFC jetzt. Wie gesagt, wird er da in Abu Dhabi aktiv werden. Wünschen wir selbstverständlich nochmal viel Glück. Jetzt direkt zum letzten Gast. Und weil wir so international sind, werden wir für das Interview selbstverständlich nochmal ein bisschen die Sprache wechseln.
Okay. So, jetzt gehen wir wieder über den grossen Teich. Und zwar haben wir einen weiteren Kandidat dort in dem grossen Battle Royal in Abu Dhabi. Ebenfalls in der UFC. Und wir haben schon mal im Podcast gehabt. Darum haben wir natürlich selbstverständlich gerne zurück. Warum er eine Connection zu der Schweiz hat, das werden wir dann noch herausfinden. Das ist nämlich ganz crazy Geschichte. Chris Camozzi haben wir im Podcast. Er wird, wie gesagt, in Abu Dhabi kämpfen. Chris, welcome back to the MMA Love podcast. You're on with Vladimir. First of all, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I don't know if you remember, you've been on the podcast. It has been pretty much, I think, almost exactly a year ago. It was before your fight against Nick Ring.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, wow. 5 months have been since your last fight. What has Chris Camozzi been doing?
Last fight, I injured my eye. I got a retinal abrasion in the first round, so I lost my vision during that first round of the fight in my right eye. So I had to take a little bit of time off after the fight and let my eye heal up without doing any contact training and stuff. But everything healed up perfectly, and I'm back to training, and I made some additions to my camp, and it's cliche to say, but this is the best it's ever been for me. I'm getting beat up in the gym. Not beat up, but, I got guys pushing me to where I can't slack in the gym, otherwise it's going to be a bad day for me. So that's definitely where I want to be at. You never want to be the best guy in the gym, otherwise you're not growing, you're not building. And with the new guys that we had switched to my gym now, it's a fight every day for me. So camp, I believe, is going to be the hard part, and the fight's going to be the fun part.
Okay. Could you elaborate a little bit on the changes that you made?
Yeah, so, I train at Factory X here in Denver, Colorado. I have my striking coach, Mark Montoya. He's been a coach of mine for a long time now. He's my head coach. And then for jiu-jitsu, I have JJ Pugsley, and I also have Chase Hackett.
Yeah,
they're both high-level jiu-jitsu guys. And then my strength and conditioning program, I use a company now called Phase 4. A guy named Bob Forrester heads it. And what I do now is I do everything trained based on heart rate.
Okay.
So I have certain zones so that I peak at a certain time, and I'm not just training, kind of just guessing what we're doing each day for strength and conditioning. Everything's a set program for 10 weeks. I know what I'm going to be doing every day. And it's a lot of running, a lot of road work. My cardio is on a whole nother level now, and I can really push these extra rounds. You know, right now I can fight 5 to 7 hard rounds. You know, in my fight I'm only going to have to do 3. Along with that, I've added some new training partners. I got boxer Dustin Jacoby. He also fights MMA, but, you know, He's training with me now. My little brother Volkan Camozzi actually just signed with Glory, too, and he's a big sparring partner of mine. Yeah, he's a 170-pounder. I got Bellator fighters. I got Brian Rogers that switched camps out here. He's a big 185er. Good judo, good takedowns, good striking. And then I also have Cortez Coleman that we added into this camp. He also fights for Bellator. So we got a gym full of guys trying to kill each other, and all of us have fights coming up. So this time is perfect for me. You know, everybody's training for a fight, so everybody's in shape, and everybody's trying to of each other, which makes it very competitive.
Did you especially go out there and looking for guys, or were they just were they in Denver anyway, training over there?
No, so Brian Rogers, he moved here from Ohio. He trained at Strong Style with like Stipe Miocic and some other UFC fighters. He's been a longtime friend of mine. We met at Tough Tryouts, and we've trained together on and off for a few years now, but we've never trained for you know, months and months at a time. So having him in there every day instead of just for a couple days at a time has been great. Dustin Jacoby, he's the guy I fought at the UFC in Chicago. We fought each other, and then, you know, we kind of stayed in contact after the fight, and, you know, he's moved to Denver as well. He's originally from Colorado, so it kind of worked out for him to move to our camp and be close to his family. Cortez Coleman came from Oklahoma. You know, our gym Factory X, I think we're just drawing a lot of attention now. We have, you know, Joe Warren in there. We have a lot of high-level guys that are doing real well. So I think guys are starting to notice, and guys are starting to like our program and want to train more at my gym, which is huge for me.
Joe Warren is over there?
Yeah. Joe Warren's a teammate of mine for a couple of years now.
Wow. So your wrestling must be up to date.
Yeah, we've been doing a ton of Greco with Joe, and then I also have a coach named Malcolm Havens, who is a college wrestler. He's in there every day we need him, and Joe obviously knows more wrestling than most of us are ever gonna know. You know, he's forgot more stuff than any of us will ever know.
Okay. Well, congratulations on your brother Brian signing with Glory. That's awesome. Is he still fighting MMA as well?
Yeah, he's still going to do MMA. This opportunity just came up. You know, Glory offered him a fight. He started his career with kickboxing before MMA, and you know, he was undefeated in kickboxing, in Muay Thai, and he also won the title out here in Colorado. So this fight was offered to him, and he wanted to jump at the chance to fight for them, but he still wants to fight MMA as well. You know, his goal is still to get into the UFC.
Okay. I wanted to know, you're a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. When you train Jiu-Jitsu, you train with the gi or without the gi?
I do both. I do more training without the gi, but, you know, I still try to make it in about 2 days a week and train with the gi. You know, some of it's used for MMA, not a lot of it. You know, the movements are the same. You just can't grab the clothing in MMA, but the movements being the same helps a lot. It's a little bit slower, but I would say with the gi, it's a lot tighter. You have to set stuff up a lot better. So it's still good to train with the gi, and then I also think it's fun. You know, one day I want to own my own gym, so I want to be well-versed everywhere. Do we see Chris Camozzi doing berimbolo and X-guard and stuff like that? Yes, definitely.
Oh, wow.
I'm always learning.
Oh, wow, okay. But not in MMA?
We'll see. You know, I think my grappling style is a lot different than other people's. You know, I think I'm willing to try things on the ground that, even though it's jiu-jitsu based, you know, I've been able to make certain things work for MMA. So, you know, I got to get that wrestling up, which I have been doing, and so we haven't seen me on the ground very much, but I also just prefer to strike. So it's been that's why we haven't seen too much jiu-jitsu from me in the ring.
Well, we're looking forward to see that. You were mentioning the eye injury. Was that like a career-threatening injury?
No. You know, it was a little scary at first, but there was no detached retina, no major damage. Like I said, the vision went out, but it was my eye filled with blood, they said.
Okay.
And then I had a small retinal abrasion, but the UFC was real great, you know, with their insurance and stuff. So I've been able to see all the doctors I needed to, and we got 100% no long-term damage to my eye, and everything's back to normal. So everything's good to go.
Wow. Oh, and it will go on April 11, 2014 in Abu Dhabi. That's quite far away from Denver. You're going to fight Andrew Craig. What can you tell us about Andrew Craig?
I've only seen a couple of his fights. He's fought some pretty tough guys. You know, in my eyes, the level of fighters that I've fought throughout my career are higher than the guys he's been fighting. But he's a gamer. He comes forward, and he likes to throw. It seems like he likes to stand up more also. So, you know, I'm here to prove that I'm better everywhere this fight goes. I think my striking is better. I think my jiu-jitsu is better. I think my wrestling is better. So I think this fight's perfect for me. Andrew Craig is somebody, after my last fight, you know, that we actually asked to fight anyway. So when it came about a few months later, I jumped all over it.
Yeah. So you were happy with the matchup?
Yeah, definitely. I think stylistically he matches up perfectly for me to win.
What kind of a fight can we expect?
You know, I think this fight is going to be the fight that the fans in Abu Dhabi got cheated out of for Damian Maia and Anderson Silva. You know, if you remember that debacle that last time they went to Abu Dhabi, you know, the fans out there were cheated. It was the first card they ever had, and they got a title fight that was supposed to be a big fight, and you know, Anderson kind of danced around it and didn't give them the show they wanted. I think if you look at my fights and Andrew Craig's fights, you know, they're always exciting. So I think this is definitely a candidate fight of the night. But, you know, fight of the night is great, but I'm looking to finish. I'd rather get one of those performance bonuses for a first-round finish than I would a three-round fight.
How do you feel about this new bonus structure with sort of like performance? There's no more knockout or submission of the night. There's just performance of the night.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea in the right direction. You know, if one guy's totally dominating a fight but maybe can't finish, you know, we've seen guys have great performances, but maybe they're fighting somebody who's, you know, super tough to finish, then they don't get any of those bonuses, but, you know, maybe they had the best performance of their career. Yeah. I think it's a great idea because there's certain fighters in the cage, you know, in the UFC that some guys have never been finished. You know, some guys are real tough to finish. So this gives them a chance that, you know, if a fighter comes in and just looks like a monster in there, you know, it gives them a chance to make some extra money. And the UFC is definitely doing well with putting extra money in fighters' pockets.
I just wanted to ask about that. Yeah, there's this thing going on with the locker room bonuses, but nobody really knows if that is true or not. Is that a real thing?
You know, I've been paid above and beyond my contract. I'll say that much.
Okay.
It's not like they tell us not to talk about it. I think fighters just take it as you know, the UFC does a favor for me, or they hook me up and they take care of me. So, you know, I'll leave it up to them to say if they want to. But, you know, I've been paid above and beyond my contract for sure.
Super. Yes. Do you pay if you get paid in Abu Dhabi? Do you pay taxes in the United States?
So for me, you know, I fought mostly out of the country for my UFC career, which I love, to tell you the truth. Yeah. So whenever I fight out of the country, I pay that country's taxes. And then the US, you know, they don't tax me twice on it.
Oh. So this might actually work out for you.
It depends on where you fight, you know.
Oh, man.
Brazil has a way higher tax bracket than we do. You know, Brazil takes 30% before I even see my check. They take it out of my check right away. So 30% is definitely higher than what I would pay in the U.S. And I'm still waiting to hear back on what taxes are like in the UAE. But sometimes it comes out equal, and other times, you know, fighting in Brazil, you pay a little bit more.
They get so much money. I don't know if they even pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they don't. That would be great.
That would be awesome. Tax free. you were mentioning you were fighting all over the place for the UFC, and that was actually my question. Are you excited to fight in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, Abu Dhabi, the UAE is always a place I've really, really wanted to go, you know. I've never seen any part of the world like it, so I think it'll be a great experience for me. You know, outside of fighting, my favorite thing to do is travel, so with the UFC, I've been able to combine those two things, and better yet, I get to fight in all these other countries and have all these crazy experiences, you know, that I'll never forget. You know, I have a ton of stories that I'll be able to tell my kids, grandkids, whatever, from fighting all over the world.
Do you see much of these places when you go fight? Because you kind of like concentrating on fighting, or do you stay longer afterwards? So how does that work?
Generally, I stay longer afterwards. You know, my wife makes it out to most of my fights, so
cool.
After the fight, I like to stay a little bit after with her, and we just kind of relax and hang out. And I think doing that also helps from the distractions of, you know, if I didn't stay longer and I got there, I feel like I'd be distracted. Like, I want to do this stuff. I want to sightsee. I want to see some stuff while I'm here, when really I should be training. So by staying afterwards, it's all business until the fight, and I can have time to do whatever I want afterwards.
Yeah. Now, if you fight more or less halfway around the world, what are the things that you have to look out? Like in terms of, I don't know, time difference, food, different culture, stuff like that?
Food, definitely. Food is a big part of it because, you know, as fighters, most of us, I would assume most of us, follow pretty strict diets leading up to a fight. So being able to find the food that you need can be hard sometimes. But, you know, I feel like I've done it so many times now. I've got it down. I do my research. My wife is great. She handles a ton of things for me as far as going out of the country. You know, she'll look up anything I need. She'll do research on stuff that I need. And, you know, I have a whole team of people. I have my management and great media, you know, my coaches. They all do the work for me. So all I have to do is focus on. Yeah.
Now, Arabic food is quite different. Do you plan on bringing food with you?
No, I won't bring any food with me. You know, I tried that in Australia before. I don't know if this is for every country, but I brought food to Australia, and when I arrived in the country, they made me throw it all away. So I'm not really sure if I would even be able to bring food either way. But, you know, no matter what, from what I've heard, Abu Dhabi, the UAE, they have everything you'd imagine. I mean, there's so much money in that country. I've heard that anything you need, it's there.
Yeah, but you're not planning on going to McDonald's, no?
Yeah, no. Even after the fight, I'm not much of a McDonald's guy. I'm not a fast food guy.
Okay.
When I can cheat on my diet, I prefer to eat, you know, good restaurants and stuff like that. I'm not too much into fast food.
Yeah. Okay. Well, throwing away food at the custom is actually something that happened to me in the United States. They made me throw away my 3 apples I had with me because you never know. Yeah,
I mean, maybe that was the only time I ever tried to take food out of the country, and that was the last time I tried.
Okay, awesome. Now, I hate to bring it up, but your last 2 fights were both losses. Do you feel any like extra pressure for this fight?
No, I don't. I know that those last 2 were losses. Jacare I took on short notice, and that's a tough fight to take on short notice.
Oh yeah.
Lorenz Larkin, I feel like I had a good performance. You know, he was a little bit quicker to the punch than I was, but I felt like I was fighting pretty well, especially for having one eye. So for me, I can't put pressure on myself like that because I'm not worried about it. I just got to go out and do my thing. Pressure doesn't help me. Pressure's not going to help me win this fight. You know, for me, I just need to go in there, do my job, follow the game plan that I built, and you know, work the things that we've been working, and there's no reason that I shouldn't win this fight.
Yeah. Now, you seem to like mentally really laid back, and you take it easy and all that. How do you manage that mental part?
For me, I think I just grew up that way. I love sports. I love competition, and you know, fighting's never something I've been nervous to do. When I used to wrestling matches, even now, jiu-jitsu tournaments, I get super nervous for them. warming up, I'm really nervous to do those things. But fighting is something I've never gotten nervous for, and you know, I think that's why I'm good at it. Is I'm able to stay calm, collected, and you know, think inside the ring. A lot of guys just kind of go crazy, but I'm able to see things and you know, try to take advantage of certain spots and really think and use my head rather than just go in there swinging.
Yeah, I think that that's like a real thing in people who start in that sport. You know, they fight and then they don't know, they can't remember anything that happened.
Yeah, some guys don't ever remember, you know, what happened or between rounds or what their coaches said. Some guys don't hear anything. I help coach a lot of the younger fighters at the gym, and that's how it is in the beginning of your career. I think I'm coming up on close to 30 fights now, so I think I've really got it down. My coaches and I are able to communicate during the fight really well, and they know me and I know them, and our team works really well together.
What's the most important thing for you when you go back to your stool between rounds?
For me, the first thing is always lowering that heart rate. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, we train with heart rate monitors on, and everything is set to I did a VO2 max test to find out my heart rate zones. Mm-hmm. So for me, I trained my whole camp with the heart rate monitor on, and near the end, I can start to I can give you a rough estimate of where my heart rate's at because I've done it for so long, and looking at the board where my heart rate's showing while I'm training. So for me, it's to drop my heart rate, you know, by about 50 beats. Wow. In that 1 minute, and go in there still in a working zone, but I'm not too high, and I'm calmed down, relaxed, got my breath back, and then once my coach has me lower my heart rate a little bit, then he'll start talking to me. First and foremost is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just saying, but first and foremost is lowering that heart rate. That way, you know, my body can work better.
Can you absorb the things that the coach says?
Yes, definitely. I mean, we do it every day in the gym. Like I said, I'm fighting every day in the gym. I got these guys trying to take my head off. So doing it every day in the cage in the gym, over and over, and then over the past few years, fights, I got it down. I can hear everything he's saying. My coach or my coaches are some of the only people I actually hear, no matter how big the crowd is.
Now I see corners. Everybody talks at the same time, and I think like the fighter, he cannot listen to three people at the same time, and then he's in a stressful situation and all that. Do you have like a disciplined corner?
Yeah. So Mark Montoya, my head coach, he runs the corner. He'll speak, and you know it's really really good to watch. You know, he practices at it just like anything else. People think that cornering, you just go out there and you sit in the guy's corner and yell things. So our team, we work together. If one person's talking, the other two people aren't. We corner every fighter that way, whether they're local or in the UFC. So it's always one person talking at a time, and Mark generally can dictate who should speak. Or, you know, if he feels I need to hear something for wrestling, he'll tell, you know, Chase or my wrestling coach, okay, talk now. Yeah. And the other two guys will be quiet. And it works real well like that. It's a machine, you know, where everything's got to work together for the car to run.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's one other thing that we found out while we were texting to find the time for this interview, and that was something really crazy, and I was surprised it didn't come up the first time, that your family actually is from Switzerland.
Yes. Yeah, my grandpa came from Switzerland when he was I think like late in his teens, and then he got his U.S. citizenship through World War II. Wow.
Okay, so that was around 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while now, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never been to Switzerland, but I would love to go. Like I said, my family is from Lugano. And so, you know, one day I would love to make it out there and see that area.
Absolutely. Do you know if you still have people over here in Lugano, like family members, stuff like that?
I believe I do. Not ones that I have contact with, but I believe there's quite a few Camozzis out that way.
Uh-huh. Obviously, you would have to introduce yourself not as Chris Camozzi, as Chris Camozzi.
Yeah.
Which also sounds right cool. Too.
Yeah, definitely. I have a family tree somewhere around my house. I'll have to find it, and I'll send you some more information of where some other family members are from, and I'll share it with you.
Absolutely, that would be awesome. I think it would be easy to find somebody because Switzerland, people living here. It's awesome, and I can tell you, Lugano is one of the most beautiful cities here, and it's in a region that is very Mediterranean. It's actually like a vacation spot. If you don't want to go to Italy to the sea, you can go to Ticino. It's almost the same. I go there a lot, and it's not only you that is from Switzerland. Also, your wife has Swiss roots.
Yes, yeah. Her family is also from Switzerland, and I cannot remember the name of the town that they're from, but I guess it's a very small town. I'll have to get the name when she gets home, and I'll text it to you. But from what I understand, her cousin just went out there, and her cousin went to Lugano, and then her cousin went to where they're from, and they're within a few hours of each other.
So you met, and you didn't know that you have Swiss ties, or is there like a little Swiss American community, or how does that work, or how did that work?
No, we just met randomly, and then come to find out pretty quickly that she's Swiss German and I'm Swiss Italian.
That's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, it is, especially over in the U.S.
Yeah. Do you follow stuff that happens here in Switzerland, or?
I would love to say that I do, but not 100%. But I would definitely like to. I would like to come out there one day, and I've heard it's beautiful, and I've always wanted to live out of the country, and Switzerland would probably be on my list of places that I'd like to live.
Okay. Well, you come from Colorado, which is a wonderful place, so it's probably difficult to top that. But if you come here one day, we can try.
Yeah, definitely.
No, this is crazy. Another thing I wanted to know, I read on Twitter that you teamed up with Sparta Combat League, which is a Muay Thai promotion.
Yeah, so Sparta Combat League is a local MMA promotion here in Colorado. I've been working with them for about a year now, and then me and the owner of Sparta Combat League have been talking about doing Muay Thai shows in Colorado. Muay Thai is my favorite martial art still, out of anything. And, I have a passion for it, and I would love to bring it to become more popular here in Colorado. So we're going to have our first show in June, and we're going to see how that takes off. But I'd like to put on, 4 or 5 shows a year of just Muay Thai, for the fans here in Colorado, and really build the sport out here.
Yeah. Now, when you do Muay Thai, is that full Muay Thai rules with elbows and everything?
So the pros, the rules here in Colorado, pros can elbow and knee to the head. Amateurs can only knee to the body, and they can't throw elbow.
Okay.
But they're still allowed to work the plum or the clinch and stuff like that. But amateurs aren't able to throw elbows or knees to the head.
Awesome. Back to the roots, kind of.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Chris, thank you very much for doing this interview. I have a few more questions. I know we're running late. You probably have to go back to practice. I don't know. Pot is legal in Colorado. That's the main news we got here from your state. How does that work?
How does that work for the state?
We are very interested in can you go to the store and say, I want to buy a pack of, I don't know?
Yeah, so marijuana was legalized recently here in Colorado, and we do have stores open now to where, you can just walk in and you can buy it. It used to be just medicinal use, so people that had a prescription for it, but now anybody can walk in and they can buy a certain amount. I think it's under an ounce. I'm not positive. And I think you have to be 21 as well. It's 18 or 21. I would assume it's 21 to buy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy that people can just walk in a store and buy it now.
Do you support this, or are you against it?
For me, I actually do support it. Me personally, I obviously can't smoke pot because of the athletic commissions. No matter if it's legal in your state or not, the athletic commission doesn't find it legal. But Colorado has generated a ton of tax money off of it already, and a percentage of it goes to the schools, which is great. You know, our schools need money. I'm sure everybody's schools in the world need money because teachers definitely aren't paid enough. Absolutely. But it's great, and you know, I don't have a problem with people smoking marijuana because I think drinking could be more harmful really than anything. You never hear about people getting high and wanting to go fight people because obviously when people get high, they just want to sit around. So if that's what people choose to do, then that's fine with me. You know, I don't have a problem with it at all. And like I said, with all the tax money that the state gets, I think it's great.
Absolutely. I think it's a good idea. Do you think it is good to test fighters for marijuana? Do you think it's really a PED?
I don't. I personally don't care if my opponent wants to smoke marijuana because, like I said, I feel like it makes people lazier. You know, I think my opponent would love it if I did because I would never train. So I don't think it really enhances performance. But, you know, the law is the law for them, and they choose it to be that way. Whether that changes down the road, I don't know. We'll see. I guess it can be a pain reliever, but I don't see about it helping any performance.
I think the same.
It's not making people hit harder or jump higher or faster.
No, absolutely not. With me, it happens the same. I just sit there and I just don't do anything anymore. So it doesn't work for me. Not as a PED. Anyway, when are you leaving to Abu Dhabi?
I will leave for Abu Dhabi April 6th.
April 6th, okay. Do you adjust with the time difference, or you just keep the same time as in Denver?
No, so what I'll do is flew to Australia to fight. I just made sure I stayed up during the day. So even if I got there during the day, and I was really tired, but I made sure to stay up throughout the day. That way I would get on to the right time. So then I would sleep through the whole night and then wake up and go. I figured if I got there and I slept through the day, then I'd be awake all to be on my time zone. So that was the quickest way for me to adjust, and I don't seem to have too much of a problem with it. Time change doesn't bother me at all. Wow.
You seem so cool and relaxed and everything. It's wow. It's amazing.
It's just I think it's something I love to do, you know, and when you do what you love, I think it's easy to be relaxed and you know, feel confident about it.
Well, I would be scared shitless if I would have to step into a cage. How's the fight gonna end?
I'm looking for a finish any way I can get it. You know, I would love to. I've gotten submissions in the UFC. I would love to get that knockout.
What's cooler, a submission or a knockout?
To me, knockout. Like I said, I love Muay Thai, stand up. For me, I would love to get that first round knockout win.
First round, huh? Awesome. Chris, thank you very much for doing this interview. It has been a real pleasure. From Swiss to Swiss, fans can follow you on Twitter at Chris Camozzi or friend you on Facebook. Thank you very much. Good luck April 11 in Abu Dhabi against Andrew Craig. Hope to see you one day in Switzerland. Whenever you are here, please tell me, and we're going to hook you up.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Look forward to coming out there. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Das war der Chris Camozzi, quasi eine weitere Schweizer Vertretung in der UFC, sozusagen. Das ist wirklich eine ganz verrückte Geschichte. Ich habe ihn angefragt, für ein Interview wieder zu machen. Und er ist das erste Mal so ein bisschen grummelig gewesen, weil er irgendwie die ganze Nacht durchgefahren ist oder irgend so etwas. Hat dann gedacht, ich höre nichts mehr von ihm. Dann hat er sich wieder gemeldet und hat sich entschuldigt, effektiv. Und hat dann gesagt, du bist aus der Schweiz, oder? Und so. Und dann habe ich gesagt, ja. Und dann hat er gesagt, ja, eben, sein Grossvater sei aus Lugano gekommen. Ich meine, ist absolut crazy. Und seine Frau ist auch irgendwie, also ihre Familie kommt aus der Deutschschweiz, aus Schnurberg, das ist in der Ostschweiz. Ja, also ich meine, Zufall gibt es in dem Leben. Ich habe dann gesagt, dein Nickname sollte eigentlich Il Ticinese sein. Oder Il Luganese. Und er hat sich so ein bisschen, glaube ich, auf der Zunge zergehen lassen. Er hat gesagt, ja, sein Nickname ist eigentlich Kamikaze, aber der wird nicht so viel benutzt und so. Was denn das heisse, Il Ticinese? Und dann habe ich es übersetzt. Ist ja nicht wahnsinnig schwierig. Wenn das jetzt irgendwann im Oktagon ertönt, dann wisst ihr davon, dass es kommt. Who knows? Auf jeden Fall wünschen wir ihm viel Glück, geile Sieg. Es hat mega Spass gemacht. Ich möchte bei dieser Gelegenheit eben nochmal meinen Gästen viel Glück wünschen, mich herzlich bedanken und ich möchte mich ganz speziell beim Tim Leidecker, am Manager von verschiedenen deutschen Kämpfern, vom Alan Omer, vom Nick Hein, vom Peter Sobotta etc. bedanken, wo wirklich in Blitzeseile die Interviews parat gemacht hat. Herzliches Dankeschön an ihn. Wir wünschen dem Volkan Özdemir viel Erfolg bei Bellator und dass es schafft, in das Light Heavyweight Turnier reinzukommen. Wir wünschen dem Alan Omer in Abu Dhabi viel Glück bei seinem Kampf gegen den Jim Ehlers und selbstverständlich wünschen wir am Chris Camozzi viel Glück bei seinem Kampf ebenfalls in Abu Dhabi gegen den Andrew Craig. Das wäre es gewesen. Für mich, von meiner Seite, gibt es nicht mehr wahnsinnig viel. Es stehen jetzt dann bald ein paar MMA-Events oder Events mit MMA-Fights vor der Tür. Da haben wir selbstverständlich am 25. April Casino Fight Night in Luzern. Da werden wir dann sicher noch mit den Kontrahenten reden und mit dem Veranstalter Thomas Latki, Crazy Guy. Und dann einen Tag später, am 26. April, ebenfalls Mixveranstaltung, Thai-Boxen und MMA im Volkshaus Ready for War. Reloaded! Da werden wir auch reden mit diversen Leuten, die dann dort dabei sind. Was gibt's sonst noch? Amateur-Shotto wird stattfinden. Jetzt habe ich das Datum, jetzt ist es mir gerade irgendwo weggerutscht. Muss ich es gerade mal schnell auflesen. Ein kleiner Moment schnell, ich rede da ein bisschen Blage. So, jetzt bin ich wieder da. In Liestal am 12. April, das ist verschoben worden. Shotto Liestal. Und was gibt's sonst noch? Ready for War habe ich gesagt. In Luzern habe ich es auch gesagt. Ja, das ist mal so. Dann im Mai. Selbstverständlich Smack 2, da werden wir dann auch noch mit Leuten reden drüber. Die Fightcard kommt so langsam auf Facebook zusammen. Man sieht da schon einzelne Kämpfe, die dort teilnehmen. Am 10. Mai steigt die Chance in Basel. Dann haben wir am 24. Mai Shotto in Uster. Das sind meistens Amateurkämpfe. Ich weiß nicht, ob da amix noch Profikämpfe dabei sind. Und dann am 31. Mai einerseits Strength and Honor in Genf und andererseits Ultimate Fight Night in Berlin in der O2 Arena. Da werden wir auch noch einen Gast haben, der dort kämpft, zu einem späteren Zeitpunkt. Das wäre es eigentlich gewesen von meiner Seite her. Und darum, ja, sage ich jetzt Schluss mit der Episode 46. Danke fürs Zuhören und ciao zusammen.